lots of PR companies coming up in India, and lots of companies coming from abroad into India. And that was about understanding India. Where are we on the public relations? Because it was so new. There were hardly any who could be, I would say, international over here. So we were learning from them. Every time they came to India, at least what I did was I spent a lot of time with them in understanding what they are doing globally. The nicest part that ever happened was for me to go to ECO at that time and to learn about what we should not do rather than what we should do. So that helped a lot in understanding that do not jump into doing something which you have not seen or experienced. It would work. We were in a hurry. We were growing at it was crazy. We just grew. And we definitely need to think about whether we want to be in practices. Do we want to work by head of Bombay and head of Delhi and head of Bangalore, which is what we were, or should we go the practice way? And we felt it was too early to be the specialization. We were too early. We did do it later, but not at that point. When we were bigger and when we understood what was those practices that were good for India and not particularly what was happening globally. So we had affiliations. They were not exclusive. So I learned more from that. And then we went into an exclusive affiliation when Bill Rylance, who was the Asia Pacific head of Burson-Marsteller, he was in a Hong Kong office of a client who actually had a crisis with a joint venture between an American company and an Indian company. He was told in Hong Kong, there is this issue, so please get onto a plane and get to India and sort it out. And when he was with the client said, but do not get involved in it because there's a company called Genesis and they're doing a good job, but just want you to know that go and meet with them. So he had never heard of Genesis, but however he got onto a plane and came here, and we found that there was so much similarity about the way we work and about Harold Burson and how he is running the organization, how he started it. He still is today, as a 96-year-old, still goes to office every day. And so at that time, what I learned from Bill Rylance was that of our top 10 clients, 9 of those clients of ours were theirs as their top 20. So we said, my goodness, I mean, we really need to be together. So he said, let's go to US and let's meet with Harold Burson. And we had lunch in his office, which he still sits in today. And he was saying only one thing: we need to do business to be partners, not just having a partnership. And so that is how it started. And Bill Rylance one day said to me, sitting out here in a hotel, said, maybe it's a good idea to have 10% now that from 2002 to 2005, we should have an exclusive affiliation. And I said, exactly, because I was so comfortable with the way Burson-Marsteller worked and the way we work. So we did have an exclusive affiliation. And when Bill said, let's have about 10%, let's start to get engaged before we get married, and if that's what you want to do, I told him, I do not believe in joint ventures. If we do 100% acquisition, it's fine. Otherwise, it's zero. So he said, oh my God, I need to make a call. I said, let's finish our breakfast. I think it was strange because people don't think about 100%. And Martin Sorrell said, we work with 75% or whatever. I said, it just doesn't work. I want to know, am I the boss or I'm not the boss? In whichever way it is, I need to make the same same things that I wanted to do when I did there, and then when I want to do when I'm in a different relationship where I'm totally 100%, I still need to run it the same way. So he shook hands, we shook hands, and we went forward. There was one of our colleagues who has been with us for so many years, who now is in Bangalore for some time. And she said, why can't we just grow our own business across India, beyond India? Beyond India, if $1 we lose, our business will not grow here. We will make mistakes, and that will be the end of it. So I told Bill, let's go on a retreat with our leadership. We go there, and that is in the Himalayas, and we have a wonderful chat, and everybody felt that this was the right thing to do.